to Bitcoin Advisors. My name is Chris, and I'm bringing it to you here from a beautiful Westlake Village, California. It is bright and sunny outside, and even though it's November, we're still getting some good weather here. And it is the last quarter of the year after the halving, typically a bullish month for November. Anyway, we're going to take a quick dive into Bitcoin's price action, and yes, a little bit of Ethereum. Both, yes, are coming in strong, making new all-time highs. Ethereum made new all-time highs yesterday and today. So the first thing I want to look at is our underlying market dynamics, starting up with the Bitcoin dominance chart, which we have been looking at. And we did say a macro low was put in there, and we are looking for this thing to march its way up. And I would expect it to bolster its way back up again if we take out that 49% mark. I'm going to expect a move, somewhere in the mid 50s. Fear and greed index stuck at a 76, and people are not getting super greedy as Bitcoin is making new all-time highs, and I would say that is generally bullish. Another thing to note, open interest is ticking up quite a bit at 15 billion, near the all-time highs. And what else I want to take a look at, the top 5 best coins, Loopring up 39% today, Sandbox 33%, Arweave 29%, Audius 19%, and Engine Coin 14%. Not bad. And starting it off with Bitcoin on the lower term time frames on a 4-hour here. What chart do I want to look at? I like to look at Coinbase. And what I would say here is that Bitcoin's been stuck in a range here between 60 and 64,000, and I'm biased to the trend here, right? The trend is to the upside. We got higher lows, and we're coming off higher highs over there, right? So what's the next thing? Higher low, we just got another higher high, broke resistance right there, and a quick pull back down to 60,000. And, what I did say back a week ago, I think if Bitcoin did take out 62,500, we're very likely to make some new all-time highs. And the measure move on this formation is right here. Just going to measure the length of that channel, and the measure move puts Bitcoin up at about 67,500. So as long as Bitcoin is holding 4-hour candles above 62,000, I'm expecting this to resolve to the upside based off of all the lower term time frame trends and the higher term time frame trends. They're all in an uptrend. More conservative people, again, they're looking at a 4-hour closure below 62,000, kind of the bias buster. And then that would give us a test at the bottom side of the range at 60,000. I would say if we do close a 12-hour daily below 60,000, we'll get a move back down to 58, small bounce, and then continuation down to about 55,000. However, what I'm about to say is going to supersede everything I just said. And what is that based off of? I'm going to go take a look at CMEs here, our more reliable chart. This is based off of what's called the BBWP, the Bollinger Band Width Percentile. And it is at a very low level, which means volatility is low and is about to expand. And I think we're going to see expansion in a huge wave. It is extremely, extremely likely that we get expansion and volatility from this point. This move is probably going to happen today or really get going by the end of the week. And what else do we have? We have daily hidden bullish divergence here. So what's hidden bullish divergence? That's when the price is making higher lows and RSI is making lower lows. So we got 1, 2, 3 drives here, and that's going to look nice. And I'm actually going to put this on our spot price action. So we got this hidden bullish divergence. So if this thing, the RSI can get anywhere into the bullish control zone, that'll be the first baby step to confirm just a massive move to the upside. Any kind of closure today in this zone, that's going to be very, very good. And I'd say we hit that move up to 67,000. What else? Daily Stokes are crossing up today with any kind of a closure above 62,000, and that's on CME. So any kind of a closure above 62,000 and Stokes, our momentum indicator, will be turning up, and that's a really, really good pivot right there. And what else do we have here? This is our first higher low on the daily time frame, which again is very, very bullish. And so if we are looking for trend continuation, right, we've got volatility about to expand alongside momentum turning. So here's our volatility indicator about to expand, momentum about to turn to the upside. That would suggest, again, the move to the upside, all time frames, higher term time frames are trending to the upside right now. And I want to remind myself something here on the bi-monthly, which is our 2-month time frame. 2 months of price action history in every single candle. And why am I having a hard time here? Come on. There it goes. Need my eraser. And I'm just going to clear some of these lines off here. But what I did want to remind myself here is on the bi-monthly, we just closed above the topside Bollinger Band again. So not only in the bi-monthly did we make a new all-time high, we closed above the topside Bollinger Band. What about the monthly? Monthly closed on a new all-time high. What about the bi-weekly? Closed on a new all-time high. The weekly closed on a new all-time high, right? So what are we expecting here? Trend continuation. And back onto this bi-monthly, if you want to get some targets out and pull a fib retracement, what do we have there? Our first target coming in at 71,000, call it 72,000 on the bi-monthly. Second, do I think it stops there? No. Second target here at 94,000, or call it 95,000. So that's some targets for the bi-monthly. Keep in mind, this won't happen today, but over a few months' time. Bi-monthly is much slower price action. So 70 to 100,000. Those are my targets for Bitcoin and for continuation. And invalidation on long-term bullishness, I would say it would start around if Bitcoin wanted to come back down below 55,000, then yeah, that would change our long-term upside bullishness. So everybody wants to take a look at Ethereum as well. Ethereum making new all-time highs. And so again, this is Ethereum versus the dollar. I'm going to start off on the daily time frame. And first thing I want to bring up here again is the Bollinger Band with percentile. Volatility is just starting to expand off the lows, just like Bitcoin. And what else do we have? We have several drives of hidden bullish divergence on the RSI here. So, and we're back in the bullish control zone. Now let's take a look at the weekly RSI. Yep, this is in the bullish control zone. That is looking really, really good. And something else to point out on our BBWP on the weekly, this was the lowest read on the BBWPs, expanding from the lowest read in the history of Ethereum. So I'm expecting a big move, not a tiny move. We're talking a big move. And these kind of moves in past history have produced, 40% gains, 40% gains, so where would that put Ethereum from here? Off the lows here. Let's see if I can get my ruler out. So 40% puts Ethereum at $6,000. And I believe if you look at past prior action when we've seen these type of moves, it's actually had bigger moves than 40%. So another thing to take a look here is we got the monthly Stokes, our monthly momentum indicator, just crossed up, rejecting the bearish control zone. Another point for the bulls. And so what I would say here is that with Ethereum, I'm going to be long-term bullish as long as we are above, I'd say right here around, yeah, this liquid zone right here. I'm going to be long-term bullish on Ethereum as long as we're above $3,400. And that's more on a weekly time frame, right? So if we look on a weekly, that's 3,400. That pivot right there, the last higher kind of low there. What else did I want to take a look at? And so on daily bullishness, so that's on a longer term time frame, 3,400, right? But on a daily, something more relevant, where would I, invalidate daily bullishness? Probably right here at, call it, 44,150. If we get a break below there, I'll expect to move down to about 3,800. But for right now, these conditions, we're laying them out to the downside because they need to be laid out, but I'm not looking for that to happen. And that's going to be it for today, guys. We're going to be covering over the coming weeks. I'll just give you a clue. Facebook, they just changed their name to Meta, right, for Metaverse. So we're going to be covering some of these tokens like Mana, Sand, Gala, Superfarm, some really interesting tokens. So I hope you guys tune back in, give us a like, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.